When Hezekiah was gravely ill and near death, God healed him and granted him an additional 15 years of life. During this time, Hezekiah's 12-year-old son, Manasseh, was made co-regent, giving him the opportunity to gain experience in governing before taking full control of the throne. Unfortunately, Manasseh did not follow his father's example in loving God. This arrangement continued for 11 years until Hezekiah died. Now 22 years old, Manasseh was free to rule as he wanted. He rebuilt the pagan shrines his father, Hezekiah, had broken down. He constructed altars for the images of Baal and set up Asherah poles. Manasseh went from bad to worse, even putting a carved idol and pagan altars in the temple of the Lord, the place where the Lord had said,
"My name will be honored forever in this temple and in Jerusalem."
He built these altars for all the powers of the heavens in both courtyards of the temple. Thus he caused the people of Judah to sin with his idols. Manasseh also sacrificed his own sons in the fire in the valley of Ben Hinnom. He practiced sorcery, divination, and witchcraft. And he consulted with mediums and psychics. He did much that was evil in the Lord's sight, arousing his anger. According to Jewish tradition, Manasseh sawed the prophet Isaiah in two. He also murdered many innocent people, until Jerusalem was filled from one end to the other with innocent blood. This was in addition to the sin of idolatry that he caused the people of Judah to commit, leading them to do evil in the Lord's sight. The people were more evil than the pagan nations that the Lord had destroyed when the people of Israel entered the land. So this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says.
I will bring such disaster on Jerusalem and Judah, that the ears of those who hear about it will tingle with horror.
I will judge Jerusalem by the same standard I used for Samaria, and the same measure I used for the family of Ahab. I will wipe away the people of Jerusalem as one wipes a dish and turns it upside down.
Then I will reject even the remnant of my own people who are left, and I will hand them over as plunder for their enemies. For they have done great evil in my sight, and have angered me ever since their ancestors came out of Egypt.
Ahab is often considered the most wicked king of Israel, the northern kingdom, and Manasseh may be regarded as his counterpart. In other words, Manasseh is the Ahab of Judah. The Lord spoke to Manasseh and his people, but they ignored all his warnings. So the Lord sent the commanders of the Assyrian armies, and they took Manasseh prisoner. They put a ring through his nose, bound him in bronze chains, and led him away to Babylon. The king of Assyria was also governor of Babylon, and Manasseh was taken to this city, known for its wickedness. Manasseh was in deep distress, and he sought the Lord his God, and sincerely humbled himself before the God of his ancestors. The Lord listened to him, and was moved. So the Lord brought Manasseh back to Jerusalem and to his kingdom. The details of how this happened are not given in scriptures. Finally, Manasseh realized that the Lord alone is God. Once back in Jerusalem, Manasseh set about living to obey God. He was a new man. He got rid of the idols on the high places throughout the land. The altars to false gods, in the temple and city, were pulled down and removed. The temple was cleared of idols and objects that God had forbidden. Then he restored the altar of the Lord, and sacrificed peace offerings and thanksgiving offerings on it. He urged the people of Judah to repent and turn back to God as he had done. He also encouraged them to worship the Lord, the God of Israel. However, the people still sacrificed at the pagan shrines, though only to the Lord their God. Manasseh's conversion came too late to have any lasting impact on his kingdom. When Judah fell, the Lord attributed it to the sins of Manasseh. Jeremiah 15 verse 4 states,
Because of the wicked things Manasseh did in Jerusalem, I will make my people an object of horror to all the kingdoms of the earth.